Sound isn't just in films to fill the silence. Sound actually plays a huge part in film, but no one really notices it. Sound is used to evoke emotion and drive the narrative, just like in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2, when Voldemort announces Harry's death.
For all of us! It's not over!
Now let's take out the music which fills us with hope and replace it with sad music and see if it still works. See how it doesn't give off the same effect.
How dare you stand where he stood?
It also makes elements in films more memorable by adding a familiar song, just like Darth Vader's soundtrack. This doesn't only make the scene more memorable, but it connects the viewers to the action on screen and makes it a better experience for people watching the film.
All that for a general?
Now hold on. Let's rewind to where it started. The Jazz Singer was the first feature-length film to have synchronised speech and music. But the desire to have images speak to the audience goes back to almost the beginning of film. In 1894, Thomas Edison started work combining the kinetoscope with his wax cylinder phonograph to create the kinetophone. Here is one of the earliest examples of synchronised sound in film history. Jumping forward now to 1926, when the Vitaphone was created and used on The Jazz Singer, a film whose success guaranteed the death of silent films. This was the last major system to be recorded on phonograph discs. Music influences films in ways that we don't always see. Take Psycho, for example. The famous shower scene where the music goes with the actions on screen. So even though we don't see the woman physically getting stabbed, the audience will still flinch because of the sharpness of the music. Now moving forward into the stereo era. When audiences heard the massive spaceships passing over their heads in Star Wars, the experience forever changed expectations for cinema sound. The first Star Wars film was recorded with Dolby Stereo. It worked by encoding 4 audio channels down to 2 channels to record on film. Then decoding them back to 4 channels allowed for stereo in the limited space on film stock. Another film brought to us by the stereo era is Aliens, which allowed viewers to hear action that isn't actually on screen. Panning audio to different speakers allowed viewers to enter the scene and create this suspense and tension that they couldn't escape. Film wouldn't be what it is today without the use of Foley sounds. Foley is, well, this. Foley is the process of creating sound effects live in the studio along to a pre-recorded piece of video. This allows the film to sound more realistic and give off a greater effect to the viewers, making their experience more enjoyable. Sometimes using less sound is even more effective, just like in the Omaha beach scene in Saving Private Ryan. Gary Rydstrom, the head sound designer on Saving Private Ryan, has these shell-shocked scenes where he puts you in the place of the main character and gives you that feeling of being lost and disorientated. Here is an extract of an interview with Rydstrom, speaking about the Omaha beach scene.
Stephen shot at one great moment where the camera rises above the water and sinks below, and the soldiers are underwater, we're above water. And the shifting of perspective back and forth. Above water, the battle is chaos, it's cacophony. Underwater, it goes completely away. It's a cocoon, it's safe. And then into that scene come bullets, and then the soldiers are killed.
All of these effects make the film more enjoyable to the viewer by making it sound more realistic and placing the audience into the film with different sound effects to create tension, fear, sorrow, and joy.
It's good to see you too, Professor. Hold the fort now.
This all helps to tell the story and make the experience better for the viewers.
Pier totum locomotor!
So there we have it. Sound in film. What films stick out to you for having a memorable soundtrack?